Unexpected, but not critical.
Now!
Inconceivable. You will pay for this! Nothing will stand in my way! The end of the world is nigh. Now you're within my grasp. You leave me no choice. This is not over yet. Existence is merely energy. No. Do not fail me. Not now. How could this happen? All I've done. All that I sacrificed.
Your people cannot be saved. History is already written.
Alright, finally we get to do a full build guide video. I wanted to do one after I beat the whole story campaign and give a legit non-confusion build guide for any new players or anybody wanting to create a Witch Infernalist. I'm glad that I didn't do a build guide video beforehand because it's kind of like no one's really played the game yet. No, like everyone's already kind of trying to theory craft everything out of oblivion. And it's kind of like, come on, it's a new game. Just go with it. I played Path of Exile for 12 years. Season 10 of Project D2, I actually got ranked 1 in the leaderboard for a second, which was great. That's a whole different video that we'll get into about the whole top 1% and trying to be the best of the best or whatever. A lot of people are actually missing the soul of the ARPG genre and stuff like that. I'm going to go over the skills. We're going to go jump straight into the gameplay. And then after we kill the boss, we'll go into the gear and the passive skill tree and stuff. So the only thing you guys need to focus on is having Raging Spirits with Infernal Legion, Fire Exposure, and Minion Instability, where if their life gets low, they'll explode. And they do that really quickly with Infernal Legion. It always procs Fire Exposure, which you'll see when we start fighting enemies. You'll see a negative 20% under their health bar gauge, so keep an eye out for that. Skeletal Arsonist is your main minion spell here. We have 10 of them because we have a lot of spirit because we're Witch Infernalist, and we'll get into that more later after I kill the boss. When you have this guy, you want to give him Scatter Shot, Fire Infusion, and Fire Penetration. It does a lot of damage, and what I can tell, like if a single target gets hit by all 3 explosions, they all hit. Skeletal Cleric. So having 1 cleric is good. You could also run 2 if you wanted to, but running 1 is just as fine. They get to heal your minions, and if one of the arsonists dies, then it'll resurrect it. So it's just to make sure that it keeps your minions up as long as they can. They're still going to die, but it helps a lot to have 1 cleric. Always have 1 cleric. And that is the main bread and butter of that. And Fireball, this is to get the Raging Spirits. So Chain and Arcane Surge, that's all you need. Everything and anything else that has a cost multiplier to it, don't do it because it drains your mana pool, which our mana pool is our life pool. You know, the more heavy details we'll get into after the boss. So let's go straight into it. For new players, you guys are really going to like this build, is that you just stay safe, you keep a distance, and you don't have to worry about getting hit. And you're pretty much just playing dodgeball most of the time. So for efficiency of being safe, this build is definitely safe for that. And then all you see is just pure obliteration. You just see explosions and explosions. And it's like watching, like you're watching a Michael Bay movie. So yeah, this is pretty much just staying casual with everything. Just cast fireball. Just proceed to keep moving and clearing. So with a rare mob, you just cast flammability. It just gets destroyed. It gets destroyed in like 2 seconds. Alright. Woo! Alright, so we're finally at the main boss. Ooh. And my dodging is on point today. So you see, the Raging Spirit is always applying the fire exposure, which is good. And then when I get a chance, I'll cast Flammability. He's about to be stunned. And that's how you do it. Oh. Oh, snap. What? Oh my god, so I made it. I beat the whole campaign, but I missed this 2 skill points. Oh, well, there you go. Because now we're going to talk about the passive skill tree. So for the passive tree, it's pretty simple. You start on the minion side and you work your way all the way up, grabbing all the minion revive nodes first. So that's Living Dead, Gravedigger, and Restless Dead. After Restless Dead and all those minion nodes, then you get Mind Over Matter, then Adverse Growth, and a Mind Eraser, which is when you take damage, it recoups as mana. So that's going to help maintain your mana pool, which is your life pool, basically, to stay alive. So then after that, you get Lord of Horrors to reduce your minion reservation so you have more minions. Then you come down here and grab Eldritch Battery. So it turns on your energy shields to mana. So basically what happens is that, as a little notable here, as you can see, 60% increases maximum energy shield. So basically what happens is that you have 100 energy shield, 60% of that is 60, so then now you have 160, then that gets put into your mana pool, and if you have mana pool notables that increase, like let's say that, oh, my mana increases by like 100, so it's basically double dipping. So it's a really good combo to have Eldritch Battery mandatory if you're running Mind Over Matter, because if you get a good energy shield, armor, or anything, it's going to double dip, because once it gets converted after the energy shield notables, then if you have any mana notables, like I'm just going to use this one for example. I know it's 5%, but let's say if it was like 30% or something, then this will double dip into having bigger mana pool, basically. So that's the way you want to go. Super simple, super easy. You start off by the minions, and then you work your way to the revives to make sure you revive your minions quicker. Then the Mind Over Matter, and then all this, and then everything else is personal choice. So that is the passive skill tree. So now for the gear. So for beta right now, all you need is a +2 to all minion skills for your helmet. You don't need any extra. All, like my wand here is +4 levels to all physical spell gems. I didn't know this beforehand. I only found this out when I beat the whole story campaign, that when I was messing around with the skills and I had time to just relax a little bit, go over some stuff, I noticed that the levels will not surpass Gem 16. So just keep that in mind in beta, that you cannot surpass gym level 16 right now until they update it maybe later in the week or the month. I'm not sure. And the only thing you really need to focus on for your gear is, of course, survivability, but the chest piece that has spirit on it, this chest piece has 46 spirit to it, and then your weapon has 35 spirit at least. So you always want to make sure that your chest piece and your specter have spirit. So 3 mandatory gear that you need: your helmet with +2 to all minion skills, spirit to your chest piece, and spirit on your weapon. And that is it. So I will focus on this build and update you more on endgame. This is just a quick summary of a real build guide that you can follow if you're interested going down this path in this route. It's one of my first ones, and I still need to do a build guide for Project D2 as well. Do not be peer pressured in following these build guides from the top 1% players. They're very narcissistic. There's a lot of people that are really fucked up in their head and they're very negative. So the best advice for a build guide is just play the game for yourself. Do not follow anybody, not be peer pressured in anything, and do not become a sheep. Because all you're going to do is you're always going to stay asleep and you're never going to learn. Thank you for watching and have a great launch of Path of Exile 2.
Those who suck!